Dear students, welcome to Inside Academy. I hope all of you have done in your GS paper in prelims exam. And the moment exam is over, the first curiosity, the first concern of every serious aspirant is to know where do you stand and how much is likely to be cut off. कितना स्कोर होना चाहिए आपका प्री में कि आपको मेन एग्ज़ाम के लिए कॉल आ जाए और फिर आप मेन एग्ज़ाम क्वालिफाई करके अपने इंटरव्यू में अपीयर हो और फिर फाइनल मेरिट लिस्ट में आपका नाम आए. So in this session I have brought a multi-dimensional analysis of this year's GS paper 1, that is prelims exam paper 1, and in this I have carried out a kind of analysis of questions from different subjects, what has been the trend, how it is different from the last year, geography, history, polity, environment, ecology, science, technology, किस किस सब्जेक्ट से कितने प्रश्न आए हैं, प्रश्न का लेवल क्या है, are the questions difficult, moderate, easy or very difficult. So I'll give you a fair idea of that. What was this condition last year and how this condition is different this year, that also you'll get to know through this session. Let me start the session for you. This is about GS Prelims paper 1 of this year, that is IAS 2025. मेहनत आप लोगों ने कर ली है, एग्ज़ाम दे दिया है, and I know that all of you have worked hard for at least couple of years to reach this day. इतनी लंबी मेहनत करने के बाद, इतना स्ट्रेस से निकलने के बाद बहुत प्रेशर होता है बच्चों के ऊपर में, सही हुआ कि नहीं हुआ. सो ये मेहनत हो गई है और आपको पहुंचना है यहाँ पर. दिस इज़ अ फैसिलिटेशन सेरेमनी बाय प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी फॉर द न्यू सिविल सर्वेंट्स ऑफ लास्ट ईयर. सो आपको भी नेक्स्ट ईयर इस ग्रुप में शामिल होना है. उसमें शामिल होने के लिए आपको प्री को क्वालिफाई करना पड़ेगा, मेंस में अच्छा करना पड़ेगा, इंटरव्यू में अच्छे मार्क्स लाने पड़ेंगे. लेकिन मेंस और इंटरव्यू से पहले का जो स्टेप है, दैट इज़ प्रीलिम्स, वो आज आप लोगों ने किया है. आइए इसके बारे में जानते हैं. हाउ मच इज़ द सेफ स्कोर टू क्वालिफाई फॉर मेन एग्ज़ाम. इससे पहले हम आगे बढ़ें, वी हैव started a GS foundation course, GS prelims का mains test series, GS mains test series, as we do every year. This time I have brought the best of the faculties of different subjects on one platform. Ramesh sir, I hope all of you know, he is the author of economy book, he is the most famous teacher of economy. Abhay Thakur sir, he is having 20 years of experience in polity and IR. He is a very renowned name. Pawan Kumar sir is famous for polity, governance, ethics, and Prince Verma is a popular name for geography. So I have brought all these famous teachers. There are many more teachers for different subjects, say internal security, say disaster management, say social justice, society issues. We have a cluster of the best teachers on one common platform. So students were always demanding that we should have all the senior teachers on one platform, and this has been my endeavor. This time I could bring them on our platform, that is Inside Academy's platform, together so that they could guide you in this difficult process of civil service examination. अपने एग्ज़ाम को एनालाइज कीजिए, see where do you stand, and then immediately after your analysis is over, start making preparation for your main exam that is going to be in the month of August, or for next year's prelims exam. Do not feel dejected, do not waste your time. If you have to go for mains, start working from the very first day. If you have to go for next year prelims, don't worry, it's a long fight. Start working from today itself. Do not waste time, otherwise next year result may not be very different. So work hard. I brought this best team. Most of the institutes here in Delhi charge GS foundation fee of 1.5 lakh, 2 lakhs or even more. My institute will offer this GS foundation course to meritorious students in just a fee of around 20,000 rupees. So not to pay lakhs, just 20,000 you can pay to Insight Academy, and you can get the guidance of all these senior teachers. This is a 15-month course of GS foundation. This will be in online as well as in offline modes. All the classes will be available to you for the next 3 years. You can attend classes anytime as per your convenience. Every class will be followed by practice questions of mains. Every class will be preceded by practice questions of prelims exam. So इसके बारे में you can call the office here, Insight Academy office. You can get the details and you can get enrolled if you are looking for test series for main exam or test series for pre-com mains or your foundation course if you are the beginner. Let me continue ahead. What is the nature of questions this year? I've gone through all the questions. I got the set B with me here, and after analyzing that set, I found that many questions are of applied nature. Like there are 3 questions on the battery technology, electric vehicle technology, critical minerals, which are always in news. Like China banned export of critical minerals to USA. The US was trying to sign a deal with Ukraine for critical minerals or rare earth metals. And then EV technology is the technology of future. So in set B, first question was about EV, third question was about EV, I think fifth question was also about electric vehicle technology. So applied nature. You have questions about, say, RTGS, NEFT. I hope all of you have used these processes to transfer money. But that time you have to pay attention what is the difference between RTGS and NEFT, how IMPS, RTGS, NEFT, how these modes of transfer of money from one account to another are similar or how are they different. You have questions on map. I think there are 3 questions on map, locations, location matching. So when you go through newspapers, you have to look at the map location matching. Every time there are 2 to 3 questions on different map locations of India and the world. The number of history questions have increased this time relatively. There were around 18 to 20 questions of history and culture. Last time questions were relatively less, but this time polity section was relatively lesser. Environment ecology section was relatively lesser than last year's. In last year, environment ecology questions were around 17, 18. This time, it was just around 12 or 11, 12 questions. This is a list of questions this time. You have questions of history and culture, around 18 to 20 this year. Some 1 or 2 questions may vary because somebody may count that question as a part of modern Indian history and some other teacher may count that question as a part of polity. Because historical background of constitution or history of constitution making is very much similar to the modern history in some ways. Geographic questions are very much similar to last time. Last time also there were 10, 12 questions. This time also there were 12, 13 questions. Environment ecology segment has got reduced this time. But Indian economy is relatively more, science and technology is relatively more, polity and constitution, there are 14, 15 questions. So that way, you have to see some change. A very fine balance has been maintained by UPSC. ना किसी सब्जेक्ट को बहुत ज़्यादा वेटेज दिया, ना किसी सब्जेक्ट को बहुत कम वेटेज दिया. आप देख लीजिए यहाँ पे कोई भी सब्जेक्ट 11-12 क्वेश्चन से कम नहीं है. So at least 11-12 questions are there from every subject and no subject is crossing, say, 20 questions easily. History is the biggest segment here, history culture, and that's why every time somebody who takes history as the optional fares better in prelims exam. If you want to qualify prelims exam, if you want to get a very good score in mains exam, history optional can benefit you in a big way. So if you have not decided about your optional, think about history, and if you have doubt, you can call me here and we can discuss why should you take history or why should you not take history, because history has its own positives. You are here to crack the exam. And to crack the exam, you have to pick up the most relevant subject. And in that list, history is the safest, history the most reliable, and history the most static. History benefits in GS Pre. Around 20% questions every year are from history culture. In main exam also, history is a big component of paper 1. History has some portion in paper 2 because IR is very much common to world history. History has some role in paper 3, internal security, and history has a big role in paper 4 also because many thinkers are part of history optional syllabus. You have some questions of current developments and GK, like there are questions on award Gandhi Peace Prize. There are questions on different boards. There are questions on pure current of developments like BIMSTEC, or you have the BRICS Summit this time. So questions are on current developments also, but not much, 10 to 12 questions. So UPSC has maintained a very fine balance. The theme here among all these subjects is the applied nature. Instructions in Civil Services exam notification clearly emphasize that you do not need to have any specialized knowledge of any subject. Of course, you need to have a good knowledge, but you do not have to have very deep knowledge of any subject. So questions are mostly applied economy, you have science and technology, you have environment ecology. These subjects are largely applied. History, of course, is static. You can't do much about history in terms of application or current developments. Once you have got the idea of number of questions, what is likely to be cutoff trend? To understand cutoff trends, you see last year. Last year when I made the video, cutoff video, I said something around 85 to 88 would be the safe cutoff. UPSC has released the marks. 87.98 for general category has been the cutoff. So every time you can see my videos on YouTube, in the last 15 years I'm putting this video every year, and we are always the first among all the institutes, those who train aspirants for civil service examination, and every time the expectations are on the same line. Last year before this, our 2023 cutoff was very low. That was 75.4 for general category because of CSET. CSET paper was very difficult. Last year CSET paper was not very difficult. It was okay. So GS cutoff increased. This time also CSET paper is yet to be completed when I am making this video. So CSET paper may affect a kind of cutoff to some extent. But if CSET remains normal, it's not extremely easy or extremely difficult, then you can expect that cutoff is likely to be something around 85 to 88 or 90. So if you are in this range of 85 to 90 in general category, you can be safe, you can start preparation for your main exam. And anybody who is, say, 80 plus, because 80 to 85, it's a difference of just a couple of questions. This time also UPSC has given in the kind of answer key at least 4 questions which are marked cross. It means UPSC is not sure of their answers, and UPSC is not going to count those 4 questions. One option, one key that UPSC has given is marked wrong, clearly marked wrong, because Constitution clearly says that the finance minister presents budget on behalf of president, not prime minister, as UPSC has considered right in last year's paper. So UPSC also makes a couple of mistakes. We do not know what will happen, which answer key UPSC will actually take into consideration. But anybody general candidate who is 80 plus should start preparing for main exam. Any general candidate who is less than 70 should start worrying about next year exam. Because cutoff will not fall below 70 in any case. So if you are less than 70 or say less than 75, start working for next year's prelims. Join a good PCM test series, prelims cum mains test series. If you have completed classes, if you have not completed classes, join a good GS foundation course, and we have brought the best team for you at the cheapest cost. Because we know that everybody cannot afford here 1.5 lakh or 2 lakhs. This is not required because most of the GS classes of prominent institutes have been leaked on Telegram and people are selling in few hundred rupees. So when you can get classes in couple of hundred rupees, why to waste time, why to pay lakhs of rupees? For that purpose, we have brought this course in just around 20,000 rupees because you need tests. That's just the price of test, because our test series of PCM also cost a similar amount. So you need to have regular tests, you need to practice, you need to have a teacher to guide you, you need to have regular mentors to support, and for that you need regular classes. Otherwise, learning can also be done in online mode with the help of video, so you can take a decision. If you are less than 70, you start working for next year without any doubt for general category. That's not going to be a safe score. If you're 80 plus, you start working for main exam because you do not know which couple of questions could be right or wrong. If you are 90 plus, then don't have to worry, you're going to go for main exam, almost guaranteed. So depending on the matching you have, I have put the answer key of set B with questions and marked answers along with the explanation, along with the source on our website. I'll show you the link here. You can visit website, you can see those answers, you can match your answers. In case of difficulty, you can connect me personally through the number I'll give you at the last. So if you are general category, say around 85, 88, and few marks less is EWS. Earlier EWS used to have a big difference, but now it's only a couple of marks difference. OBC and general are very close to each other. SC will have a difference of around 8-9 marks, and ST will have a difference of around 14-15 marks. So accordingly, you can count your score for this year. Where do you stand? For general category, anybody north of 80 should start preparing for mains. 85 to 90 is likely to be cut off, and 90 plus is going to be certainly called for main exam. So see accordingly, start working hard. So these are different categories for 23, and these are for before 23, 18, 19. So we have seen 98, 98, 92, 87, 88. Last time also it was around 88. So accordingly, score is likely to be the same. Some couple of marks here and there could happen, that is 85 to 90 depending on the level of difficulty in CSET exam. So after analyzing your cutoff, match your answers here, get the idea of what you have scored, and then you have to start working for your main exam. If you are scoring 80 plus, general category. If you are scoring less than 70, start preparing for next year's prelims. So CSE 26 should be your target if you are less than 70 in general category. Do not waste time, because if you waste time every year, I see here, I'm teaching for civil services for the last 21 years, and every time I see that when prelims exam is over, most of the serious students, they get into a kind of complacency mode, they become inactive, and they come back to life only after a couple of months, and by the time the critical edge which they could have gained is lost. Do not miss a single day. Do not worry, it's a big fight. Your victory is going to give you everything. Once you crack civil services, life will change, and life will change fundamentally. You will become a VIP instantaneously. So do not lose hope. If you are scoring less than 70, start working for next year. If you are scoring more than 80, start working for main exam and work hard, because civil services is going to change your life and change the life of your family, and you can change the life of many more when you get the posting of a district magistrate. Once again, this is our team. You can call the institute and get more details about team members here. If you want to see the key, visit insightdelhi.com. This is the name of our website here, insightdelhi.com. And look at the key here, CSE Prelims 2025 answer key with explanation. You can click on this link, you can get the explanation, source, along with the right answer. If you're looking for GS Foundation course, you can click here, you can get all the details. And for any other query, you can connect with me here on this WhatsApp number. You can drop a message, you can give a WhatsApp call, and I'm here to help you. So, dear aspirants, all the best for your endeavor in future about civil services. I know that all of you work very hard, and I am very sure that you have a very, very bright future. God bless you.